Hey, what's going on YouTube? Here I am doing another video. And in this video, we're installing a Lensun solar panel on the iKamper Mini. This will be the second one I have up there. I already have one down the middle. This one's gonna go to the side. So I'll just walk you through on how to install it. This one is definitely a lot easier than the hood solar panel because no one really sees this one. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, this one's definitely way easier to install, but let's get right into it. Some of the equipment you're gonna want scissors. You're gonna want a rag to clean, painter's tape, some rubbing alcohol. I don't know, I use this for the vinyl for the hood. It's dish soap and water. I might use this to clean the iKamper a little bit. You're gonna want a lot of zip ties, maybe even a tape measure if you want it like perfectly squared. You're not gonna need a squeegee for this one, thank God. And then obviously the box with the control module and tape and stuff. Let's get the panel open. Comes in a box like this, pretty simple. I got her all unpackaged. Here we got the panel, nice and big. We've got the control module, tape, and then the wires that you run to under your hood from your iKamper. Now this panel is an 80 watt panel. That's pretty good for the size of it. It's not that wide and not that big. 80 watts going to your battery, running a fridge and stuff. I just got that new hood solar panel. I have a 50 watt on the iKamper. That one's a few 4 or 5 years old, older technology. This one's 80, so I'm gonna have quite a bit of solar panel going to my dual battery setup, so this is gonna be sick. I'll do my best to film this. Here's my old panel. I don't even remember what brand this one was. I bought it a long time ago. Here's the new one. It's gonna fit nice and dandy right there, and it is a flexible one, so you can push it down. So I guess if you're installing this on the edge like me, you wanna put a little bit more tape on this that'll hold it to bend around. That's kind of hard with one hand, but to bend with the iKamper. First order of business, I'm going ahead and clean the top of the iKamper. I'm gonna use soap and water and then alcohol. I got the clean best I could with alcohol and soap and water. It's not perfect because this has been outside of my truck for like 4 or 5 years, but I think it'll do the job. Now it's time to tape the bottom of this. I'm gonna clean it off with some alcohol just to get it perfect, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna tape this. All right, now it's taping time. You get your tape and some scissors. You want some nice sharp scissors to cut through this cleanly, and you wanna get all the borders, and then you start going in the middle. Now when you're doing this, you wanna save a little bit, probably 8 inches for your control module so you can mount it under the hood. Just a pro tip. Now that the borders are done, now I gotta think of where the bend is gonna be around the iKamper. So if I flip it over, so this will be going to the front of the truck. It'll be this corner, like right here is where it'll be really bending. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more here and then I'll do stripes. I'm gonna save this for the control module. All right, you can kind of see the pattern I went for. Obviously it doesn't need to be this, you can kind of do whatever you want, but it works out. Now what I'm gonna do is, I didn't take the other side off yet. I'm gonna put it where I want it, get it exactly where I want it. And if you watch my hood solar video, I'm gonna do the hinge thing again. I'll be able to bend it back, peel it all off, bend it, like bring it back over, stick it on the exact spot I want it. That's what I did. So then I'm just going to, kind of hard with one hand, flip it back, peel it off. All right, I got it all untaped. I'm gonna put it like in this crease and like fold it down, then press. I'm gonna try and film this. It's gonna be a little hard. Let's see. got a wee boost right here. Okay. Of course, the wind had to pick up right when I went to do this. You know how it is. Let's wait for the wind. And there we go. She's all stuck on there. And it bent perfectly around the edge. Beautiful. Now with zip ties, I'm gonna follow the one I already have here for the other solar panel. But if you don't have another one, obviously I just let it kind of dangle back here. There's nothing really else you can do. I guess you can go up here, but you need enough movement to open your iKamper. So you kind of just have to let it dangle. So I'm gonna just go ahead and zip tie that back. Got it all zip tied. I'm gonna just open up the shell real quick just to make sure it's all good. I just popped it open to make sure I had enough slack and it worked perfectly. Now we gotta run this big old wire through the truck under into the hood. Okay, so I ran it down and kind of just zip tied it all together with the other shit. I don't know how good that's gonna work. I might zip, you know what? I'm probably gonna zip tie right there. Let me do that real quick. All right, I think that looks a little bit better. It's kind of interesting running these wires with like my setup. It's like you kind of need it right here to keep it loose. So it kind of looks a little ugly right here. I don't have enough slack really to hide it behind. So I don't know, maybe I'll change it someday, but that's what I did. And then I just put the wire right there and it follows down into this crack and I'll see you down there. Hopefully you guys can see this, but there's the wire, zip tie, wire, and then I zip tied it out. I ran it on top of the body mount with all the other wires. I'm just gonna follow the wires all the way down to my engine bay. All right guys, I got it all wired up. I didn't want to bore you with the tedious small stuff. I'll show you what I did. So like I said, I ran it down there, followed under obviously the rock slider, jumped it right there into the engine, came up around here, I think, made the rat's nest a lot worse. I got both controllers right here. I used their provided tape because that stuff is super sticky. So I don't think those are gonna go anywhere. I literally had nowhere else to put them. I did find out that my other solar panel on the iKamper, the black is broken. So I'm gonna have to fix that. So that one's down. I guess it's by Merlin Solar or something. I think I bought it off like Tacoma Beast or Tacoma Lifestyle. I don't remember. And then, you know, I just connected them into my dual battery. This is kind of hard to get back on, so I'm not gonna take that off, but I just connected it to the dual battery. But yeah, I just have it all, you know, zip tied up the best I could. It's, I know it's bad, I know it's bad. All right, that is how you install the Lensun Solar 80 watt on your iKamper. A little bit shorter of a video, definitely a lot easier than the hood solar panel. I definitely recommend this if you guys especially running a dual battery and running a fridge off it. Definitely makes sense. Let me get my head where the sun is. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Just keeps your battery topped off. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. And probably don't follow me step exactly because I am not a professional or really good at installing stuff on vehicles to begin with. So this should be more of an idea. All right, have a good one, guys.